What's up, Nerd Nation? Haku here. We just got back from seeing Power Rangers. First off,
that was a dumb movie.
It was a very stupid movie. It was one of those stupid but good-ish type of movies.
I just had so much fun. Like, it was so dumb and so campy and knew exactly what kind of movie it was. And it was just like, you know what? We have a bunch of our audience is now in their mid to late 20s. We're making it for you guys. Like,
I still don't even say it was
like, maybe I believe you. I think that they were trying to make a movie for maybe the new generation of teenagers who would for some reason want to watch Power Rangers. But there's no way those people are actually watching and enjoying this movie because it was all about bringing out your inner 6-year-old who freaking jumped on the sofa every time the Go-Go Power Rangers scene came on.
It was...
Because that was me. I was like, what do you want to be? I want to be the Red Ranger. That was me when I was 6. Like,
that's me now. What are you talking about?
I'm still going to grow up to be the Red Ranger, for sure. And a T-Rex. Because I wanted to be a T-Rex, too.
It was... Yeah, it was...
My sister put me down hard.
It was so campy and just... The movie hit the finer points. If you're going there for nostalgia, there was a lot of, like, oh, you want... I really, really want this to be said in the movie. I really want this to happen in the movie.
And then they do it. And, you're like,
and they do it. And it's just like...
Yes.
So, I do think there's a lot of things made for the older fans, but I do see it like the Ninja Turtle flicks and, especially the Ninja Turtle flicks, where it's not... Yeah, they suck. But they're not really made for the old generation. They're kind of made, for a new generation to come in and say, oh, this is something new. This isn't the old stuff that you remember. It is something definitely different.
Well, I get that it's obviously, like, if it were really made for the older generation, it would have more mature themes. It would be more, the writing might be more complex. I don't know what that would actually look like, but the fact is, this is the Power Rangers, and no matter how you bill it, if they tried to make it gritty and mature, it would fall flat on its face. So when they make a movie for grown-up fans that's still the Power Rangers, it's gonna look like some weird thing where you can't tell if it's for a 6-year-old or a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
And, this is why they can have a joke about jacking off a bull.
There's a lot of, like, what I was like, this doesn't look like, like, when I grew up with Power Rangers, like I said, I remember being in my room and, like, having the Power Ranger posters and things like that. I remember when it first came on and just seeing them fly all over the place, and it was something interesting. I wanted to be a superhero, and that's what I got from the original Power Rangers. I don't get that from this film. I don't get that.
Billy has that.
Yeah, Billy has that feel for it. But I didn't feel like... I don't feel the same way during this movie that I do with the Marvel films. Like, the Marvel films, I go in and I have such a great time, and it really makes me feel that same nostalgia feel that I had.
The thing is, the Marvel films are made to actually be good. They're not just pure nostalgia flicks. They're really trying to be something more. And I think the thing about the Marvel films is that the comic book universe they're based on is also trying to be good.
Yeah.
It's coming from a place of good faith where, there really are great things to adapt from the comics. Now, if we went and, made good tokusatsu, that'd be one thing, but we're adapting the Power Rangers, which were... They were taking Japanese fighting footage and cutting in American teenagers with material that didn't make any sense. It was never meant to be good. It was always meant to be cheesy stuff that would sell to children.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to be made out of that but a nostalgia flick. And I'm glad they did it that way.
I think, yes and no. I remember growing up with Power Rangers, and I can even say, the first, first episode we get into, and they're like, and Zordon's like, I need teenagers with attitude. And they just, bring out these 5 teenagers that just like...
So what do you want?
What
do you want this movie to do to be actually good based on that?
And
we brought in teenagers with attitude. With Bryan Cranston was like, the coins chose you must be good.
And I actually like that about this movie was you had teenagers that were like
They were teenagers with attitude.
Teenagers that were going through what teenagers went through. Like I remember throughout the entire series of Power Rangers, they're like they never really had any problems at home. They were always like seemed to be like really well mannered,
outgoing, like well balanced role models for kids.
And I was just like,
they're the teenagers that you show your preteens and young adults to have as younger role models for how they should be when they're teenagers. Whenever something bad happens at school, you know exactly how to respond to it, and there's no dilemmas, and no hard social situations to work through. You just have all the answers. That's the kind of team that every parent wants their kid to feel like they should be.
Now, actors, I think everybody did a pretty good job for what they were trying to portray. Bryan Cranston, oh my god,
Bryan Cranston and
I don't know who did the voice of Alpha 5.
I have no idea, but he was fantastic. Like I loved Alpha 5.
I remember
he was
seeing
just like so like over the top and weird and totally Power Rangers.
He was like
Zords. Woo! They're dinosaurs, guys.
You know who Alpha 5 reminded me of? Gurr.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like it toned down obviously to a huge degree, but like yeah.
Those two just worked well together, and I mean, this is a spoiler-free video, so I can't get really into it. But there's a plot device that they put in here, and you can see it from the beginning of the movie. But it's just one of those things where I was like, I looked over to him, and I was just like, so why is it only this?
Before we move on, you know who he really reminded me of? That robot companion from I think it was Treasure Planet.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, continue.
But I looked over at him and I was like, oh, that, that plot device that they just used, that just happened to be right there when they needed it.
You can only have one, guys. What?
Like,
why?
It's like, but they never really, like...
That was never... Yeah, but again, like, I think they totally felt like they could introduce any mechanic at random and it would go through fine, because that's, again, the kind of material they're working with. And yeah, if you're going in this expecting to have any sort of cohesive and sensible plot, you didn't come to watch Power Rangers. You came to watch like the Tokusatsu.
Yeah, I mean,
and those have like strained, sensible plots.
I know. I still was one of those people that was like, so they found their powers, and Rita wakes up at the same time. Like, Rita's been asleep all this time and has not decided to wake up.
I mean, we can cinema sins the hell out of this movie.
So, I was watching the cinema sins of the original movie, and I was just like, I was sitting there throughout the entire movie. I was like,
pretty much every note.
Ding,
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Can we talk about how much money Krispy Kreme gave to the studio to get this movie made? Because I feel like they must have been a huge donor, because holy crap, Krispy Kreme... Oh god, I don't even know if I want to ruin that moment because...
all we can say is that is definitely, like, pivotal in...
I mean, Krispy Kreme was pivotal to the whole story. I mean, in several scenes,
they're
Krispy
like
Kreme is of paramount importance.
To the end of the movie. That's just...
Like, Krispy Kreme gets a character, like, dead. Like, guys, Krispy Kreme kills somebody.
I love how everybody in the movie just stops to eat Krispy Kreme. Like, just...
Everyone just stops to eat a donut. And, like, or drink a Krispy Kreme coffee, because who does that?
This movie.
And the Power Rangers are famous. So they're not just, like, secret heroes that are secretly doing things in the secret wasteland.
No, they were in the show, because every time something bad would happen, they'd be like, where are the Power Rangers?
That's true.
I'm a big Power Ranger fan and big Super Sentai fan, so and Masked Rider and Kamen Rider fan. So I went into this movie.
Same thing.
No, because there was a Masked Rider English American version.
Oh.
And in Kamen Rider was the Japanese.
I actually never watched the American version.
Really?
No.
Because there was an episode, I believe, that Masked Rider had did a crossover of Power Rangers, but nobody ever seems to remember this episode. Like I'm not sure if I can remember if I.
This is one of those fan episodes. Yeah, episode 25 of the X-Files.
Well, I say the same thing when I tell people like Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers in Space had a crossover episode, and everyone's like, "What? When did this happen?" I'm like,
I gotta say, like, I was a huge fan of the Power Rangers as a kid, but I was not allowed to watch TV, so I would like occasionally somehow acquire a VHS of Power Rangers, or somehow get on and be able to watch it. But most of my experience with Power Rangers is with the toys.
I watched Power Rangers.
I had a big Megazord toy, and I just played with that day in and day out. And I had dinosaurs, which I subbed in for like their constituent parts.
I was a huge Power Rangers fan. I had, I played.
Like I did actually want to be the Red Ranger, like legit for like a whole 2 or 3 years. I wanted to be the Red Ranger.
I watched Power Rangers from the get-go, from Mighty Morphin, Zeo, which I'm looking at this series. I think they're going to go towards that era somewhere in the future. You know, I remember my grandmother gave me the VHS, all 5 VHSs of the Green Ranger miniseries. I was there for In Space, Lost Galaxy, all of Saban. I got out of it when Disney took over and did their own little thing. I saw some of the Wild Force. I did get into Dino Thunder and all that stuff.
I think I watched a little bit of Dino Thunder here and there.
I mean, I'm a big Jason David Frank fan. Like, him, he just loves being the Green Ranger and White Ranger so much, and just being a Power Ranger in general. And, of course, Red Ranger, Jason will always be my favorite Ranger.
But he's a fireman now.
Yeah.
I met him.
Great. It was a great, stupid film. It was one that I'm not sure if I had... Like, I've heard a lot of great stuff about it, so I wanted to see it in theaters. But if I had known what I know now, like, if I had him see it, he probably would have told me, like, yeah, it's something we can wait for.
Right, yeah. If I got alone to see it, yeah, I probably would have told you to hold off. But, like, it's a fun experience. You probably don't need to see it in theaters, but...
Unless you have a good group of friends
if you have a good group of friends to go laugh at it with, it's a good experience, I think. Like, that's what made this most fun, was that you could just laugh out loud. I mean, we had an almost empty theater, so we really didn't have to inhibit ourselves when something stupid happened.
Did they just do...
Like, oh my God, yes! Yeah, it was great. And the audience was definitely in on that. So yeah, I thought it was a good experience. Terrible movie, good experience.
So if you go into it, especially if you're an old Power Ranger fan, and you're just expecting some of the campiness to be in it, it's going to be there. If you're going into this thinking this is going to be the greatest movie of all time, just no. So no. Good, stupid, and see it if you really want at least an okay, enjoyable movie.
I will, I think it was better than the trailers indicated. Because for me, the trailers made it seem increasingly worse. So I guess I was a bit pleasantly surprised that it wasn't as bad as the latest trailer.
Well, same thing like Alpha 5. I saw the pre-sketches of what Alpha 5 was going to look like, and I was just like, no, don't do that. That looks horrible. And then I saw him, and it still looked really odd. It just was like, but the voice actor that did Alpha 5 really brought him to life in a much different way, and it ended up being okay.
Yeah. Anyway, we had a lot of false finishes, so I guess wrap it up.
Yep.
Cool.
Questions, comments, life problems, leave it down below. If you liked the video, hit the like button, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I will catch you guys in the next video.
Yep. Thanks for having me.